So I've come home. I want to get some heat straight away. I come up to it. What's the first thing I do?
Okay, hopefully you can see in the top right hand corner that it's on auto, which means that a timer has been set. The first thing we're going to do is change it to manual, and the way we do this is we press the middle button. Hopefully you can see that it says MAN, which is short for manual.
Yeah.
You can see 25.5, which is the current temperature. I've just pressed it back to auto and it's now gone back to manual. The manual temperature is set at 17. So what I'm going to do, when I press the up button, and you'll see a clock sign which tells you that it's gone into override, and I'm going to keep pressing it up until it goes above the current temperature, which is 25. Unless it goes above 25, it won't come on. So I've set it to 27. I'm gonna leave it. You will see a flame icon which tells you that the boiler's come on now. If you check the boiler and you listen, you will hear that the boiler is heating up.
Right.
So now the heating is on, and it will get to 27 and stay there.
Right. Okay.
It's important to remember if the temperature you want is less than 25, it's not going to work.
It won't come on.
It will not come on. The temperature that you set has to be above the current room temperature,
Right.
which is the big figure, which we can see there is 25.5 degrees.
Okay. So if I want to set it in winter time to come on, if I put it at, say, 20 degrees, if the room temperature is 20 degrees in the winter, I want it to come on in the morning at 6. I need to set it at 21 for it to kick in. Is that right?
If the room temperature
It's 20 degrees.
is 20,
It will only come on.
once it's above 20, so 20.5.
So I set it at 21. Okay. All right. So show then how you would set a program. So for example, I get up at 6. I leave here at 6:30 in the morning. How would I set it for 6 in the morning
Okay.
to go off at 6:30?
The first thing you would do is press this button, the button with the 3 lines.
Right.
Press that one and you will see the sign PROG, which is short for program.
Sure.
You will have what looks like a calendar icon flashing.
Yeah.
You press the same button again, but this time it's a tick. And
Okay.
it's telling you that you're setting a program, MO,
Monday to Sunday.
from Monday to Sunday, and it's 7 days a week. You press the tick again, and now it's giving you 4 programs. This is the first program, P1. So P1 is flashing, telling you it's the first program. You press the tick again in order to set the time. The flashing time is the time that it's going to come on. The first time, the time it's going to come on. It's currently flashing at 6 a.m., which is what we want. Brilliant. I'm going to press the tick again to move on to the next time. The time for the off is the second time, which is conveniently set for 6:30 a.m. So that's the time it's going to come on. Go off, sorry. So I press the tick again to set that. Now finally we set the temperature, and we use the plus or minus button to set the temperature. You said you want to set it to 21. So I'm just going to come down to 21, and 21 is flashing. In order to set it, I will press the tick. Now important to remember, if the room temperature doesn't go below 21, it will not come on. If the room temperature is at 25, it will not come on. It's only if the temperature of the room is below what you've set it to, then the boiler will come on.
I think in the winter time in here, the lowest would probably be 18, 17 or 18.
Okay.
Maybe 16 at a push.
Right.
So should we lower that then to maybe
This is
19?
Okay, so we'll lower it to 19. So
Yeah.
if the temperature of the room is 90, it is below 19, then it will come on.
Oh, if it gets below 19, it will come on.
Yes. If
That's,
it's below,
yeah.
if it's below 19, it will come on to 19.
Right.
That's the temperature it's going to heat up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put it up at 21,
Okay. So
which is quite warm, yeah.
21. So the temperature's below 21. It will heat the room up to 21.
Right. Then you
And then we
click.
press the tick to save it. I know it's saved because it's moved on to P2.
Right.
Now,
so P2 is there flashing, isn't it?
You got 4 sessions. Now, from what I've read, if you want to set a morning time and then an afternoon time, you would use P2. Again, it's the same principle. You would press the tick. The first flashing time you would set for the time you want it to come on in the afternoon. Press the tick again. The second flashing time is the time you want the heating to come off in the afternoon. Save it by pressing the tick again, and again you have the temperature. As at present, we don't want the temperature to come on. We don't want the boiler to come on in the afternoon. We've set it to 5. Now that basically means, even though the timing says 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m, the boiler will only come on if the temperature in the room gets below 5 degrees. So even though the timing is set for it to come on, it will only come on if the temperature in the room gets below 5. So I'm going to save that setting, and then we're going on to P3, which is normally the early evening setting.
Right.
We've decided that we want it to come on. So press the tick again to get the timing. The P3 flashing will tell you the third program. Press it again to get the on time. So we've set it. Hopefully you can see to 6 p.m. Save that. Press the tick again, and we've got the heating going off at 7 p.m. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll save that by pressing tick again, and we've set the temperature to 23. Now, had we lowered this to 5 or anything
below 23,
yeah,
would be pressing the minus.
Yeah. It will only come on if the room temperature
is below that 23.
Is below that 23. So if it's at the moment it's 25. So in the evening, if it's day 25, it wouldn't come on.
Right.
Because we're setting it to 23. Press the tick again we're moving to the fourth program, which I guess is the late night program. As we don't require this, I'm going to leave the time at coming on at 7 p.m. and it's let me go back. It's going to come on at 7 p.m. Because it's set to 6 a.m. it hasn't allowed me to change it. But most importantly, the temperature is set for 5 degrees. As it's very unlikely the temperature will go to that, it will not come on.
Right.
So again, I'm going to press the tick to save that. That little square going around tells me that it's saving the session.
Saving those times.
Yeah. As you can see, it's on at the moment with that flame icon because I've set it to 27. However, the temperature is
25. Yeah. 25.
25, sorry. I don't want it on at the moment. I just used that for demonstration. So I'm going to press the middle button again, and it will turn this to auto. It's now gone up to auto. Now, if you can see the temperature above the room temperature, it's down to 5. So at auto, generally, it will only come on once the temperature gets below 5. However, we have set the program, so it will come on for the time that we've set.
Which was 27, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I think, is that everything?
I think we've covered how to manually turn it on, and we've covered how to set the timers.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you cannot set the timers for each particular day. The program is set for every day, Monday to Sunday. You can't have weekend times and you can't have daytime.
What if, for example, a person's going away? Say I'm going away for the weekend, so I don't really want it on at all for, say, 3 or 4 days.
Okay, in that scenario, what you want to do is you want to change it to manual. Again, you press the middle button. Make sure that the
it's on manual.
MAN is for manual. You would use the down button to make sure that the temperature you're setting the manual for is for 5 degrees. So you're effectively saying
don't come on.
It won't come on until it gets below 5 degrees.
Which it never would, even if all the windows are open.
Exactly.
That's very cold, isn't it?
So you're effectively turning it off for the whole until you come back in and turn it back to auto.
Right. Brilliant. I think that's all right, Nigel.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.